question is saying that given a triangle array and return the minimum path sum from top to bottom. Okay, so for each step you may move to adjacent number of row below, and more formally, if you are an index I to the current row, you may move to either index I or index I plus 1 on the next row. Let's see, we have example first input, right, in which we have triangle given to this is a 2D matrix, right, m cross n, in which is given first input we have at 0 0 we have 2, then we have 3 4, then has 6 5 7, then have 4 1 8 3. So the triangle will look like how the explanation, you can see the explanation. 2, next row will be 3 4, next row we have 6 5 7, next we have 4 1 8 3. In this way we have triangle, right, in this way. Okay, so we have to find the minimum path sum from top to bottom, and we have to calculate. So if we'll start from the top, right, if we'll start from the top, what will happen? There is only one choice. We have to go. We have to choose only 2. Now in the next row, what we have? Two choice we have 3 and 4. Then we have to find the minimum. In the 3 and 4, we have 3 is the minimum. Next row we have 6 5 or 7 and 7, in which we have to choose the minimum, that is a 5. And similarly for the last row 4 1 8 3, we have the minimum 1, so we will choose 1, and will make all the sum 2 3 5 and 1. That will give a sum of all the sum of minimum path from top to bottom, that is 11. And that's why this problem is called a triangle problem of leetcode, in which we have to return the minimum path sum from top to bottom. And the another example we have, in which we can see that triangle we have only one values, we have -10, so the output should be -10 only. So let's see how I have implemented these questions, and how you should implement, right? So first of all, we will see the input. The input is given list of integer. We have a list of integer that will contain as a list, right? So I'm assuming that this is a list 2 3 4 6 5 7 4 1 8 3. So we should assume that this is a list, right? 2 3 4 is a list, and the list of list, that is called this one. So the triangle is already given as a list of list. Now you can see that we have to take the size of the triangle, that is from top to bottom size, right? So that we will take n equal to triangle dot size, and we will have the value n. Now we will go to the minimum path sum, in which we will take the initial value as max value of integer, and there should be one dp value that if we have already calculated from the first row, that we should not calculate again from the top to a certain row. Like if we have already calculated 2 3, right, sorry, the first row and second row, when we are going to the fourth row, we should not go to calculate again, right? So that we will store some value in the dp, and that will optimize your calculation. Now we will take a for loop, in which we'll start from the dp, right, and each row we will get, and for each row we will fill the -1 initial value, and then we will go to the j equal to 0 and j is less than n, j plus plus for all the elements, and for all the elements in the row. And we'll take two things. The first, path sum by selecting ith element in the last row, and that is called a memorization solution. So you can assume that there is a variable that will take path sum. Okay, and then we have the one function that is called memorization solution, in which we will pass triangle n-1 j and tp. Okay, j is nothing but a row, and n-1 is nothing but a size of triangle. Okay, and tp, you know that, the array. And minimum path, how we will calculate it? Minimum path we will update each time math dot mean, and then the minimum path will be here, in which the minimum value will be here, right? That will come to the minimum path. Okay, so each time we will calculate mean path and path sum by selecting ith element in a row, in a certain row. In let's understand what I'm saying. Like we have multiple rows, right? If I'm selecting a path 2 and 3, right? Let's see, I'm going to select in the ith row, that is second row, right? And in this I'm selecting 3. So the sum should be what? 2 in 2 and 3 and 2 and 4, right? So what should be the minimum element right here, the minimum path, that is called selecting path, right? So 2 and 3 we will add, that will call 5, and that's the reason this value will be here. And when we select min path, so we will find which one is minimum path, that will return to the min path sum. So let's understand the memorization function first, so we'll understand, we have the clear understanding. So minimum memorization function we have created here, and in which we will take the array and the list of list and integer I and j and tp. If I equal to 0 and j is equal to 0 is equal to g is comparison, we are comparing the two I and j. If both are at the 0 0, it means what? We have to initialize dp value 0 0, right? And we have to put from the array, right? We have the array that is given, the integer value, sorry, a triangle value we have given. So from array of I, we'll get index of 0 and of the 0 value, that is we are called telling about this one, right? So dp both we have, so we'll return dp of 0 comma 0, that is called our uh, base case, you can say that. Okay, and if I is less than 0 and j or j is less than 0, or j is greater than equal to the size of the uh, array of a row, right? Then what we will do, we will do integer max value by 2, and that we will return. So these are the cases that it will not go into the infinite loop. So there should be always dpi and j should not be equal to -1. Means this is the default value, and if that is default value is not there, means we have to return dp of I and j. It means we have already calculated dp value, and that is, if that is not -1, then we will return for that value. Now you can see that we have mean path by moving up, in which we have to take three things we have to take care of: moving up left, right, and a mean path, I, j, and index. So three things we have to calculate, in which we can see that the array will remain same. The first we have I minus 1, and in another function what we have I minus 1, j minus 1. When we are moving up with the left, means j we also have to do -1, because we are moving up, means we are what we are doing, we are uh, reducing the row value, right? And as well, if we are reducing, we are moving to left, means we have to do minus j also, right? So in the first, we'll calculate mean path by moving up, in which we will take I minus 1 j dp, and array will remain same, and plus array dot get I get j we will calculate, we will pass. This is the previous value that we have already at what, at the array value, right, at particular index. Then we will have I minus 1 j minus 1 dp, and the same array of get I, it will remain same. And then we will do what, we will do mean path moving up, moving left, right? Either we will go to this one or this one, right? So in which the minimum value will have, that will come to our mean path at ij index, that we have to select either 3 or 4, and that will come to the mean path at ij index, and that will initialize to the dp, that will store at the dp of ij, that is the index of particular row and the element, and that will store there. So each time we will calculate in this way, and we will store. Okay, so let's recap again. First, what we have to do, we have to do triangle. We have to find the size, then we will take minimum path sum, then we will have dp, then we will initialize with the minimum default values -1 in all the dp array, that is dp array is a 2D array, right? So we will move to all row, and we will fill all the elements, right? In all the element initial value we will put that things. Then we will we will make a loop 0 to n, and we will calculate memorization, right? In the through the memorization, we'll find the paths by selecting ith element in the last row, function, a variable, and what we will do, we will find the minimum path, right? If we have the minimum path, we will return the minimum path. Okay, so before that, what we have to do, we have to take memorization solution, so that we will optimize this problem. So memorization function is very easy, in which we have to do, we will pass array ij and dp. So these three things we have to take care, like I equal to 0 and j equal to 0, means we have to return what, dp of 0 and 0, and that should be I and j from the array. Ith row and ith column we will return into dp, we will store the dp, and then we will return dp of 0 0. Again, if I is less than 0, j less than 0, means that is a negative j. It means that we are or we are j value is greater than or equal to the size of the particular row. It means we have to return integer max by 2, that will call the value. This case will not run, I think so. And uh, this will be the case in which we have to find that dp of I and j not equal to -1, and it means it is already calculated. If that is not the -1, means we have already in the dp, so we will return dp of I and j. It's called the that is called for the value already stored through the dp. How we have stored here, see, we are storing dp of I and j equal to min path calculator. And how we will calculate the min path? Moving up left we will calculate, in which we will moving up we will use I -1, and the moving left we will use I -1 j -1, correct? And the rest will remain same. So we will find the minimum path by using the method min, and moving up, moving left, we'll choose which one, up or left we have to check, and that will come as a dp of I and j, and we will finally return dp of I and j. Okay, thank you guys. If you have any doubt in the program, please ping me in the comment box, I'll help you in there.